Welcome back to another episode of the Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm Jordan Grainger, and this week we have an exciting panel for you. Of course, we have my good friend and stand-up comedian Brian Allen West back in the house, and we have returning guest Nick Flynn. He's been on the podcast before. He's a great time. It's always fun talking sports and talking pop culture with him. But we're very excited to have this new guest that we haven't had yet. He is the Godfather of Kokomo Scanner 2.0. Dustin Halupa. He's in the house, and we're very excited. We talked to him about so much, including the conception of the Kokomo Scanner 2.0 and how it's grown into this crazy thing that we do now called the Kokomo Press. We talk a little bit about sports. We talk a little bit about the crazy news out of Taylor about that particular teacher. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And we just talk about so much going on in the life of Dustin and you know his past, his history, his trolling, Consumers Against Tipping. If you guys know about that, it's an insane story. You guys are not going to want to miss this episode. This has been one of those episodes where you're like, wow, how did you talk about all this? We talked about so much. And, you know, I put my foot in my mouth at one point with Dustin. So you guys are going to enjoy seeing me squirm and seeing us all have a great time here on the Kokomo Press Podcast, baby. Woo!
Warning, this video contains adult content not suitable for children.
What's up? It's the Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm Jordan Grainger, and we are back with another episode with a bunch of amazing people on this panel. You're going to really want to tune in for this one because it's pretty crazy. First off, over here in my green-blue chair, I've got returning guest, Nikki Flynn.
What's up? What's up?
You know me. That's what I always think of.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, you know me. And then in the black chair, you know him, you love him, you saw him do stand-up comedy in your bathroom probably after banging your mom.
Anywhere I can get a job. It's Brian West.
It's
everybody.
Brian
How you
West.
doing?
And of course, we had to get the Godfather of the Scanner satire pages, Dustin Halupa, in the
man.
Happy to be here.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a little round of applause inside.
I hear it.
Okay, cool.
The Kokomo Press budget is blown, but we got them, guys.
Yeah,
and that's all that matters.
We used the whole budget on this.
That button took all.
We're in the red.
So please like and subscribe.
Yeah, man.
Please.
How you guys been?
Good, man.
Yeah.
Just working back in Kokomo.
That
How's
is
full time.
How do you go from Colorado to Kokomo?
You can't.
Yeah.
You never recover. But I've gotten used to it. I'm glad to be back. I got friends, family. No more mountains or stuff to do, but whatever.
It's all flat from here. Yeah.
Man.
It's like going from a big titty bitch to a small titty bitch. You know? It's
No
nice for a
personality.
minute, and you know, whatever.
Yeah, all titties are
All titties matter.
great titties.
All
right?
titties matter.
They all matter.
Titties matter.
ATM, baby. All titties matter. No, it's great because we have been talking to you about coming on, and you've been like, I don't know if I want to do the whole podcast thing, and I'm like, I completely get it because Brian's the same way. He's like, I don't know about podcasts.
You want me? I mean, I've obviously done more shows, but yeah, I'm not a huge.
He got soured on it early, where it was like he was just bored out of his mind on podcasts. He's like, I don't want to do this
Just like
anymore.
I don't know.
But now he comes on here, kills it. It's hilarious. We have a good time.
Let you guys do all like the leg work, and then I just come on when you got a following and stuff. I'm a piece of shit. I'm the Ben Affleck you're the Matt Damon kind of.
It's a good segue to how I got the page. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
do all the work.
go ahead. Yeah,
Let him build the first base, and then I'll come in and just take it over.
Well, every time you asked, I was just like, nobody gives a shit what I'm about to say about anything. But then I was like, nobody's watching anyways. I'll
Yeah.
come on.
Hell yeah. Nick knows. He's been on before.
Yeah. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah. I mean, I was really excited about the slide job.
Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned that. Yeah, I got it all hyped up and ready to go, and then like every bit of my equipment took a shit. So and
Hell yeah.
I got
I love that.
love that, and then switched jobs a bunch of times. But I got some things in the works. It's a little too early to say, but
No, go ahead, man. Just plug our
stuff.
Plug our thing. Do it right now.
I do plan on dropping some shit here.
Hell yeah. That's
good deal.
Right, there you go. That's an exclusive for you guys.
Yes.
So I actually
crazy.
spent this week getting the room that we're going to use all set up. Now we just got to get the equipment in and stuff. So it's
But
Hell
most likely,
yeah.
though, it's never going to happen.
It's probably,
but yeah. So
but hey, the room looks nice. So. It's just with him being a trucker and me, you know, making building back better.
Yeah.
Doing
Hell
the
yeah.
whole road paving job. We stay pretty busy. That's the biggest thing right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at them, the earrings, and I'm just wondering, how do you feel about the new season of Ahsoka? Did you watch any of it?
I liked it. I know a lot. I know it's hit and miss with people, but see, I think it served more of the people who like the animated stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Rebels.
So if you watched Rebels and Clone Wars, stuff like that, like you were all in your feels, and people who've never seen it are like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
So
why am I supposed to feel for these people?
Yeah. So I dug it, but
Is your earrings, what are they?
They're the Rebel Lights. I actually found these in said room that I switched over to do a recording. So I was like, oh, hey.
That's badass.
I was way off. I thought those were Deadpool.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's how big of an idiot I am. Before the show, I was like, have you played the new Spider-Man?
Well,
You thought it was Spider-Man? You thought it was Deadpool?
I was kind of wondering.
I knew what it was.
I saw you looked
I'm the cool
at
guy.
my ears, kind of like, oh, you played Spider-Man. And I'm like, this dude thinks he's just Spider-Man. Okay, I'm just gonna roll with it. No, have not played it yet. Looks amazing though.
No, it's the Rebel. The Rebel.
Yeah, the Rebel.
Fucking and that's basically what Rebels is. Basically, what the Ahsoka.
Yeah,
series
Ahsoka's
is
just
on.
like Rebels season 6 or whatever.
It was cool. I liked seeing Thrawn. I liked a lot of what was going on. Baylan Skoll. I can't. I'm so pissed off that the actor that plays Baylan Skoll died.
Yeah, no.
Like that's heartbreaking.
Like he had such a great role and left on a cliffhanger, and then he dies on us. What an asshole.
In real life, Ray Stevenson's his name.
shit.
Yeah, the actor literally died before the show came out. But he nailed it.
He nailed his role, and it's just sad we're gonna not be able to have him for the next. Because they kept him in there. Between him and then the dude from, I don't know if you watched Andor. I was like obsessed with Andor.
Love it. Andor's probably the best show.
I think it's one of the best like shows that's come out in a while. I think it's written really well. But the Skarsgård, the older Skarsgård.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome.
His role, Lucian.
Yeah, I can never.
Oh, dude, it was insane. His acting, if you like watching like long. Like
his little monologue
Is
about
that Alexander Skarsgård?
Yeah, the
the
oldest.
Is that from
one.
True Blood?
No,
the
it's the oldest, the dad.
the dad.
Oh,
yeah.
got you.
He was in Thor and shit. You know. What I mean?
He has this really badass monologue. I suggest you at least look that up about what he sacrifices to help restart the rebellion. It's kick ass. It's a kick ass.
It's
show.
so good.
I haven't even finished the second season of The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
so
as I say, we're talking Star Wars.
I'm behind.
Two other people who are
they're
severely
like,
behind. So
Sorry, I can nerd out for a minute.
No,
We'll just
good.
nerd out.
No.
Some people listen to this, they'll probably like it. I know my buddy Maddie's really into the Ahsoka series and shit, and he's like a Star Wars like huge guy. You go in his house, he's got Star Wars everywhere.
Everywhere.
Which we just shot. I don't know if you guys saw our most recent video. We just shot. It's horrible, but we had a great time shooting it over at Maddie's house.
yeah, actually, I checked that out yesterday. It's,
Taco Bell.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, we shot a little video, and we had it with Matty Kroll. Basically directed the whole thing. He did a green screen, and here's a couple. I'll show you guys a couple of stills from it. But like that's the background, obviously, and then you've got
Moving on up.
Brian out front.
That's
with the
all
green
green.
screen.
that was actually on location. I thought.
Yeah.
So.
Nope, green screen. And then
I thought
this-
It was all
and then, of
I
course-
thought you guys expensed the travel to go to Taco Bell. But
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, it's like we were like literally did a little bit because like here's oh my God, I do have this one. I forgot about that. Behind the scenes with my son telling Brian how to. He's like, listen, you got to do a better take here.
yeah, see how the sausage is made now.
Did you guys post this yesterday or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Last
No, I
night it was
haven't
like
seen
6:30.
You know how
Okay.
Disney Studios just has a CGI where we're just like it's just all cameras and it's just CGI. That's what that is.
Gotcha. You're George Lucas with the prequels. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, but we ended up shooting that video because of that huge news story about the Taco Bell in Kokomo.
That was in Kokomo.
It
Yes, that
literally.
Oh,
was
yeah.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
the Sycamore Kokomo. This
Yeah.
was actually on the
That was
actual real news,
my old
and this
stomping
was the
grounds.
photo in question.
The infamous photo.
The infamous. This is the photo that.
Where is she sitting?
She's
Like
talking-
where they exit out the door and like the side, like the employee
It looks
door?
like-
Yeah, she's at the employee door.
She's talking to
getting
her,
nice little
her
haircut.
boyfriend that's a KFC manager.
Yes.
Well,
I mean, it's
apparently
all
that's
under the same company, so I mean, at least they're keeping it in house.
So like, are they in trouble for it?
Well, the shift manager is cutting the GM's hair. That's how high up it is.
Oh Jesus!
So a
I
shift
thought
member
it.
is covered. So it's the full, and then they don't want to lose their staff because this is a big deal. So a girl that worked there who was also like a shift manager, I think, she got fired because this photo got circulated. She took the photo and she like sent it to some friends at Taco Bell, and then it got out.
She did God's work.
Yeah, and instead she's created an entire meme culture for all of us to goof off with because there's so many jokes and memes
Right.
about what's going on. But yeah, Jen Gear is her name, and she already was on the news, talked about it, and now the Kokomo Health Department is doing an investigation.
Do they do taxes also?
Right. I know. I'm trying to find somewhere to like wax my gooch. I asked KFC. It was really weird. They were declined.
Yeah,
H&R Block, they'd be taking out a hefty fee if Taco Bell could cut that in half.
Yeah.
They got my business.
It's not the only thing they're cutting apparently, but
Yeah. Regardless if, even if they start doing taxes, there's only one place I can go for my taxes, and that's Jansen's Tax Service. I don't know if you've heard of Jansen's Tax Service.
What a segue.
What a segue right there. No, there is actually a local place called Jansen's Tax Service. I've never been there, but
different Jansen, right?
I think so.
Okay.
God, I'd hope so.
I'm about to say, keep your kids at home.
He's done fucking kids. He's gonna fuck your
fuck your whole life.
It gets real touchy on the child tax credit questionnaire.
What's all these credits for Oshkosh Bagosh, dude?
And he's when they ask you that question, like, and did you have any kids in the past year? And they're like, any of them boys?
Yes, please.
And this is your address, right?
I just can't wait. He's gonna do like the This Is Us guy Jordan Peele meme with the sweating bullets. Like, oh shit, that's gonna be him when it all gets said and done.
But yes, different Jansen. We're not
Jansen.
Not Jansen's Tax Services. Definitely good.
Yeah, they're great.
No, great people.
I've never met them, but
they would never touch your boys. So you're good.
Actually, go to Killing Bank. Shout out to my boy Doug.
Yeah, there you go. He's like, good. Cool. I got an H&R block because I'm on the block. No, I do free tax service to the United Way.
Attaboy.
Yeah. I used to be able to do that when I was in the military. They used to have all kinds of free.
Right.
You could just go to they have a website for us that would let us do like taxes for free. That shit was badass.
Yeah, I still went to H&R Block.
Yeah.
When I was in the military.
Yeah, I always went to my boy Doug just because I didn't understand. I just threw the papers at him and said, "Money me."
Money me.
I still do that to this day.
Money.
That's too funny, man.
One, please.
One, please.
All this shit came out. I mean, we're glossing over. We're joking a little bit about it, but all this shit came out about a certain teacher that works over at Taylor, and I know a few people came out and like put their name on it. Like I don't remember everybody's name, but I know, and I'm not afraid to say the name because he put it out there. But Brock Westfall, who's a police officer locally, he posted it himself and said, "Hey, I was a victim of this man." Kind of let out kind of some of the things that happened as far as like I know there's an infamous crock pot that was, everybody talks about that, but I know you have a little bit more information because he did like solicit you at one point.
Yeah, I mean, man, this is a long story, but yeah, he's been doing it since 2011. So Jesus. I guess when it happened, the school was aware of it, and they did everything in their power to try to get him into trouble. I've heard that it's been brought up to state police, and they didn't do much about it. And
so they actually tried to do something.
They did. Okay. They did.
That's
and
good news. I didn't know that.
And I didn't know about it. My buddy told me in like 2013, and he said, "Hey, Mr. Jansen has been gotten in trouble for having kids step on sandwiches and letting them eat it." And the thing about this buddy, which he's a good friend, but he's one of those guys to where if he says something like that, it's like, all right, shut up, dude. Like, no, he didn't.
We all have friends like that. Mine's in the room right now.
And for those not in the know, this is for which school again?
Taylor High School. Where I went. And
Go Titans.
And so I told him, I was like, shut up, dude. And then years later, I ended up talking. I can't tell my source on this, but I was asking them. I was like, hey, just put my mind at ease about this. I was like, Chuck Jansen didn't do any of this, did they? And they were like, no, he did. And they were like, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. And I was like, shut up. Immediately called my friend, and I was like, dude, I know you're full of shit all the time, but my bad. I was not believing you. And then, and then I thought about back in 2012, 11, when Chuck Jansen started messaging me when I was in the Army. And like, this guy hated me in high school. And I don't know if it's because I was a bad kid or I wasn't attractive. I don't know. But
a little both, probably.
I was kind of a looker, man. I was all right. But and he was always telling me, he was like, you're doing great in the Army and everything. And I was like, oh, this is a change of pace. I was like, I thought this guy hated me. So he would text me like every other day or so. And, I just thought it was cool because most teachers hated me. And then it got to one point where he asked me, he was like, do you have any old military uniforms? He was like, I want to make a quilt, and it's like for a good cause I'm doing and everything. And I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, that's not a problem. And I was like, but the thing is, I was like, they were basic training uniforms. I'm like, they're really beat up. I was like, I don't know if you could really use them. And he was like, well, I could probably make some work out of them. And
don't entice me.
So like before I could even like really respond, like, okay, well, where can I send him and everything? He tells me, he's like, I'll give you $250 for him. And then
he blew his load too early. Sometimes you got to hold it, bro.
So that was the red flag right there. And
absolutely.
And I remember I was talking to my wife. I was like, that's weird, right? And she was like, yeah, that's weird. And you know, I don't know what he was going to do with him. He was probably going to put him on and, you know, beat his meat off to him. I don't know, but he was not going to make a goddamn quilt. I know that.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be held together by something, but I don't think that's what it's going to be.
He's going to, I don't know, beat off on the crotch or something.
Charlotte's
but
Web, yeah.
You know, and like I said, he was playing with fire because I used to be like a troll back then. And if I would have caught and wind that he was actually doing that, I could have blown the lid off this thing a long time ago. Maybe like victims could have came forward, and it kind of sucks, man. But he also sent me sweet corn one time too, and I hope there wasn't no like essence of Jansen jizz on those.
You smashed it though?
I did. Me and my wife both did, and
it was delicious.
But you know, you got to boil that corn anyway, so it would have gotten rid of it. Yeah.
Whatever you're gonna tell yourself to sleep at night is fine. I'm just kidding.
Right. But
Jansen's in you.
for life. Well, you know, the things that he did too. He was having, you know, victims do a lot of nasty things. You know?
Yeah, it was very like power oriented.
Yeah,
very power, and that might be why he ended up hitting you up when you're in the military. He's like, oh, this guy has been trolling. He probably liked it. He probably enjoyed the concept of like you being this guy that could out him. But he could get away with it. He
was getting a thrill out of it.
Yeah, I think that's on because it's a power thing with the type of things I heard. Because there's like peeing in jars and buckets and like jizzing in things and just things that like weren't physical to him, but were like things that like would humiliate him if it came out. It's like he was having a humiliation kink.
You know, he's such a well-known figure too. I mean, he speaks at funerals. He's speaking at a few of my buddies' funerals. He's And, you know, he's always been a photographer. Kokomo Tribune posting about him, giving him awards and whatnot. So I think that...
Friends with the mayor?
Friends with the mayor.
High up in the church.
Okay.
High up in the
church. Everybody knows him. Even when that first came out, you know, there was a bunch of like older people and they're like, I don't believe this for a second. It's like, I'm sure you didn't. You don't, Margaret. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but...
He wasn't trying to buy your jizz. You know what I mean? Like,
it's your grandson's, not yours.
I mean, I will say I don't really. I didn't go to Taylor either, so I don't know the guy, and I don't really know much of what has been accused. But once, like Dustin said, the no named, the one we shouldn't name, source came up. That's when it's like, okay, there's no disputing this. This is
because once that source said it, it was like, oh, this is real because like they would not lie to me. Like,
their entire careers in jeopardy if they lied about this.
We should have thought back in the day that something was up, but of course you don't think about this shit. He had a massage table in his room.
Yeah.
In his high school room, because he was in charge of journalism, so he always had a room, and then he had like this back room and everything. And there were, you know, it's like, dude, you're not a sports trainer, athletic,
those
nothing
chairs
like
don't
that.
have good lumbar support though. When you're typing all those articles, I get it. I can see it. I can see it.
But you know, was it like a sharper image, or I'm just kidding.
But you know, back then you don't look at that. But it was like, what were the teachers sitting there thinking? Like, hey, you know, why do you have a massage table? Yeah. And you know, you're not massaging football players' cramps and everything like that. You're not on the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's like Larry Nassar.
But something happened with the church that he was with. And because like right now I know that there's a legal team that is trying to get him. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's still wandering around in Kokomo. He went to rehab for, you know, because of course once you get caught, you got to sit there and say, I got a problem. But there's a legal team trying to get him. And, but they can't because it was so long ago.
Yeah.
So what's it called? Statute of limitation. Yeah, so they can't get him. But if something happened at the church,
statutory of limitation.
Yeah, I don't know the law for shit, but
statute. I was just making a joke.
Yeah, it was
statutory.
But he had to have done something at the church.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, how about we get him on that? And the church hired him knowing what he did at Taylor too.
Yeah.
So I think they need to go under fire for that as well.
Absolutely. Well, you guys said, like I said, you guys have the source that you guys want to give away, which is I completely respect that. But we do know somebody who went public, and I say there was more than one person that went public.
Yeah, 2 people. Yeah.
And I don't remember the other guy's name. I can't for the life of me. But I remember Brock. And like I said, he's got a pretty high up, you know, he's been the police department.
Is he in Kokomo now? I knew he was in Tipton at one point as an officer. But yeah, I grew up right across the street from Brock. He's a good dude.
And I played softball with him, and he was always great. Yeah. So like I knew that like he was credible. He's not going to come out and say that shit for no reason.
Right.
No.
And he has a lot to lose.
Yeah.
Like the way you look at it is people might look at him differently, and that's the stigma of any time somebody's victimized in these situations, which it's a horrible thing. And I think our generation's done a hell of a lot to try to like destigmatize things for men, because there's obviously we did a lot for women in the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s, but I think what we've done in the last 10, 15 years for men of bringing them out of their hermit shells and and there's been a lot of incel talk and a lot of stupid shit like that, but like at the same time there's a lot of men that are just willing to talk and say things. This is what happened to me. You know what I mean? This actually happened, and I think that's a good thing for society as a whole. And in this situation, I was excited that somebody would come forward at all, because that's tough. It's a very brave thing to have.
His wife is very active with the legal team too. I'm in contact with her, but like I said, I think they're just having a rough time right now.
Yeah,
his wife.
Brock's.
Yeah.
Oh, Brock's.
Yeah.
Brock's,
Okay.
yeah.
But Jansen don't have a wife, does he?
I don't know. I was like, oh,
I don't
wow, you're really in the fucking mix, man.
No,
I actually have this picture. This is actually from the legal files of the Jansen situation. That's Jansen and Hansen. That's what we called it. It's the newest show. It's the newest show. It's coming out. Jansen and Hansen. No,
Netflix documentary coming soon. Kokomo Press.
Take a seat. Why don't you have a seat? No, we were just joking about getting Chris Hansen for a comedy show.
Yeah, apparently he's a fucking asshole though. And Theo Vaughn said he stole what he.
He was on. He went on Theo Vaughn's podcast, and then Theo Vaughn had to do a whole beginning of the next podcast where he's like, "Man, I got swindled by Chuck Hansen," or Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen, Chris, whatever.
Chuck Jansen.
Chris
You got Chuck on your mind, buddy.
Chris Jansen. That's gonna be our newest. We're gonna do a whole sting undercover cooperation, and you're gonna be Chris Jansen. Just kidding. No, but anyway, he went on there and then ran up the bill at the hotel. Like they got him a first class, a nice hotel, and he ran up the bill and had the whole mini bar, ordered a bunch of pornos and shit like that. Like you're like, why would you do that?
Hell yeah.
The internet exists. Have you ever heard of Pornhub?
I mean, it's definitely not hard to believe that dude's a dick.
Yeah.
I mean,
But that show was so great though.
That show was amazing.
And then they canceled it after some Texas politician got
himself.
busted and everything,
Yeah,
and they were like, whoa, we can't do.
Well, a dude killed himself too.
Yeah.
Couple dudes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, never mind.
Yeah, but
Epstein,
as the general public, do we care?
Well, you said it. I wasn't going to, but darn.
Oh no.
Legally.
Another.
There's a hilarious Shane Gillis bit about you guys. I don't know if you guys into Shane Gillis at all.
I don't know who that is.
He's a comedian,
Yeah,
and he does a whole bit about it was all Indians and foreign dudes that didn't understand. You're coming here to meet a 14-year-old girl. And he's like, yes. Cool. They didn't know any better. So he has a whole bit where he's like, it's a funny fucking bit. He's like, yes, very cool, right? He thought they were coming there to congratulate him. Hey, you're meeting a 14-year-old. He's like, yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm living the dream. And it's that's literally the joke. It's that's what the Indians show up.
I haven't seen that.
He's like, it's basically Indian people and mentally challenged guys. Like, hey, yeah, I'm coming to meet her. It's I'm coming to hang out with her. That whole thing. She's beautiful. I just think she's beautiful. That's the. Did you guys watch? They got a new show called Down for Love. You guys seen that?
Nah, man. I'm so
it's the best shit
pop culture illiterate, other than nerdy shit. But any TV shows or anything like that, or any Netflix shows or anything I'm so not in the know on shit like that.
If they're on a NASCAR race and you're fucking ready to
right.
go, aren't you?
Goddamn right. Miami today, 2:30.
I'm too busy delivering potato chips to be in the know right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are also hashtag girl dads.
Girl dads.
Yeah.
That's pretty
dads.
exciting, right?
Yeah. It's, just had my daughter's birthday party yesterday. She'll be 4 on Monday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. How 4?
4.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Could have sworn you were just the other day you didn't have any kids, and now all of a sudden you got a 4-year-old.
Yeah, I didn't plan on having any kids either, but she's wonderful.
What's your choice? What's your choice of show?
Show?
Yeah, what's she into you?
She got something.
Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
We're still on the pepper.
And then the new one, what is it? Chip, maybe.
Bluey?
It's a dog.
Bluey?
Bluey.
No. It's not Bluey. It's another one with the dog. It's brand
shit.
new. But,
AJ's into Bluey right now, which is
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
show
you got a
also.
little man too, didn't you? You got one of
boy.
each.
Oh boy, yeah.
One of each. Got to get that third.
Nope.
Third
fuck you.
third gender.
Nope.
you guys have all
there's more
seen
genders.
Bluey, right?
Yeah, I love Blue.
Isn't that a wonderful show?
Yeah, it's
for
a
kids.
cute show.
Yeah,
Or Daniel's Tiger Neighborhood to me is cute as hell too, because it's basically just
I haven't seen that one.
fucking Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, but with a tiger. That they kept the concept of the show, but turned it into a cartoon, and I think that's really
it's
cool.
a cartoon outside. I was thinking of some furry talking to my
She ever-
children.
Hey, it's me.
She ever starts watching Horrid Henry, turn that shit off.
Horde Henry.
Yeah, dude, my kid was a little demon after watching that. Both of them, they both stumbled upon it. And we were like, when Avery got on, there was like, nope, Hunter already did it. It's not. We're not watching.
We're not doing this shit at all.
Fucker.
You got to watch out, man. What they're like watching on YouTube, because sometimes I hand her an iPad and like, because these people make so much money by exposing their kids on there. They're just like, make it funny, motherfucker. But like lots of times, like the parents will be on there and they'll be given like some type of history lesson about something, and I'll hear it and I'll be like, nope, that's not right at all. You're dumbing my fucking kid down right now.
Yeah. So then Jesus founded America, and Trump became emperor, and you're like, what? What's going on over
McDonald's, the Secretary of Defense.
and then you'll look at the views, and it's like 567 million, and it's like, good God.
Yeah.
And these guys they get rich off that, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That one boy.
Ad place, yeah.
What's that boy? Ryan,
Yeah.
that kid. Yeah. Remember that? He was the success story. Ryan's World is his YouTube with his parents, and then he ended up merchandising himself out, just like JoJo for girls, like JoJo Bows and shit.
Yeah.
Like she merchandised herself out. They both these kids like had the market cornered on like fucking kids stuff, and it's like every parent's like, oh, I can exploit my kid. Oh, I thought you could only do that with Hollywood. I can do it myself. I don't need Hollywood.
Right.
I'll just
camera.
Dance for me, clown.
For how much money they're getting, they don't up the production on these shows because they suck, man.
Yeah, and imagine realizing that your kid's not talented too. You got to come up. I mean, you got to sit there and be like, oh shit,
that's some work.
Yeah.
Just imagine the Jackson 5 nowadays.
It pretty much is. I mean, it's the modern day Jackson 5, but it's like 5 million
Absolutely
families doing this shit.
Yeah.
My daughter's 6. She's neck deep into the YouTubes now, and I just roll
6.
Yeah, she's 6.
Yeah, I got the 7-year-old. Is she on a YouTube channel without being on a YouTube channel? Does she do that?
Sure. I don't know.
My kid will be like sitting in front of her, like her tablet she has. She's like a Fire tablet, like a kid one. Yeah. She'll put the camera on and she's like, hello, welcome back to my show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to like, subscribe, share. Like she does, like, I'm like, bro, I got to get her off YouTube. She's like becoming a little fucking YouTube Autobot. I'm like, subscribe, share. Like, I'm going to have her come in here and do the fucking show.
She's going to be checking your metrics and stuff. So, this is what we got to do, Dad. This is how this gets fixed.
A lot of older guys are donating too.
Yeah, a lot of older dude, you know how many TikToks there are of little girls. I'm like, bro, get your kid off there. They're like just dancing innocently, but like that's not what's happening to these weirdos watching it.
Your daughter's got a better setup than you do.
Because more than half the views on there are probably just pedophiles looking.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And like with TikTok, you can save just about every video.
See, I know nothing about TikTok. Again, I'm kind of illiterate for.
I always go on there and save like comedy bits because
they're funny to go back
to. It's easy to download them and everything.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm moving the thing around. I'm moving around just to find things. I did want to talk to you because you had a pretty funny joke that I wanted to. People don't know. You started the Kokomo Scanner 2.0. Everybody knows that. You used to troll people all the time. Used to get a lot of people pissed off. Used to be fucking hilarious.
I hated you at one point.
Shout out, rest in peace.
Yeah, you know that. Remember, I used to so lamely. Like I thought I was so cool, but it was so badly attempted. I would try to troll you because you were trolling everybody else, and then one day I messaged you because you did something that just really pissed me off, and I was like. I was going to tell you off, and then at the end of the conversation, we were friends. So I was like,
man, I'll tell you, like
those charming boy looks.
There's a lot of people that like they'll meet me for the first time, and they'll be like, dude, they're like, I thought you were a dick, and I fucking hated you, but they're like, you're actually pretty chill, and I'm like, well, because when you see something online, you put a voice to it, you put everything, and then like, and it was just easy to be like, man, fuck that dude. Yeah, I think I remember this too, and actually now, but yeah,
it was so lame. But then like we became cool.
Yeah, that was my biggest struggle with Dustin's because my ass had to live in this town when 2.0 came out. So I was always like the fucking complaint box.
Yeah.
Dustin is a dick. It's not like, guys, I promise. I go to Colorado all the time. The guy's genuinely a cool ass dude. He's just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Because I think we're like that last generation where we can separate ourselves from like our internet selves.
Oh, yeah. We have two different people.
Now, everyone's like, no, you are who you are on the internet. And it's like, I've never looked at it that way. I just go on there and shit post. Like, that's not how I really am. Like,
social media came out, like real social media, like Facebook came out when we were in high school.
Yeah. Like
back when you could say stuff too, because nowadays you say anything. Zuckerberg's like, you sure you want to post that, motherfucker? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, edit this.
So yeah, I did a lot of defending for, and then also with me being in town, and at the time I worked at a bank and worked with a lot of businesses and things like that. So I couldn't put my name on a lot of the fucked up shit that was on 2.0. So I'd always just send it to this fucker like, hey, say this or do this he'd just fucking fire away, and I'm like, that's my guy.
I did that one time. One meme I ever did, I sent to Dustin. Was like, if you want to post this, you can. And I don't remember. I know it had to do with rest in peace, Big Mike. You know, rest in peace to Big Mike. Rolling into heaven, baby.
That's a whole nother fucking hour. We
can.
No. Actually, let's skip that one, man.
Yeah, we can skip that.
That was the one time where like I didn't even go through Dustin. I was like, no, we're torching this fucker, but we're gonna keep it at that.
The only reason why I'm skipping this is because even like with the proof I ever had on my guy and everything, screenshots, everything.
Yeah. People don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
People were ready to kill me.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. I remember because I was like, I would never post this, and you're like, pussy, and I'm like, I know. I was like, but I'm not. I don't want the fire. I already know.
That one's playing with fire only because the zealots. You can't look past the obvious.
I didn't know. Obvious. Like, I really didn't. I was friends with him. Like I didn't worship the guy, but I liked him. Yeah. And he would always
message me all the time. Yeah.
He messaged me and was like, hey, how's it going? And checking about me. I didn't know he was a fucking.
But I saw some. So when you Facebook, everybody knows Facebook. When you interact with somebody, you start to see more of their shit. So I started to see comments, and it was like right around when we started to see that shit, and I'd see him like commenting on things. We won't get too deep into it, but I was like, these girls are young. This is a little weird.
Do you think that he was like knowing that he had to like stuff was happening? He's like, gotta go.
Yeah,
and died or what?
Do you think his opening line was always like,
they're coming after me?
Oh man, is this gonna air? No, I will say though, like once like the moms got like wind of like what I was doing and everything, they were like, hell yeah. And like they like were sending me screenshots, and I would post them, and then like everybody would be like, no, not him. They were like, his legs don't work, and I'm like, well, does his fucking brain work? They're like,
his fingers work.
And then the common cold killed the little bugger. You know what I mean? Like.
And that's the thing, I don't take death lightly. I don't laugh at it.
No.
Being taken from the world. But when, like you said, when the parents are reaching out and are like, hey, thanks, man, for at least bringing this to light. This dude did some fucked up shit, man. This dude did some and he lit it, and then he got completely just disregarded.
Yeah.
And
people act like I was just like really like just making it up though, and I'm like, you see the screenshots?
Oh yeah,
I've posted them. I wish I still had them.
Oh yeah,
but
you lost that Facebook.
I just think that a big part of it was, and it wasn't with me because I knew it, but it was like, oh shit. I think what it was is like people knew your history and past that you were just like a bully to some people, so they thought, oh, they're just bullying this poor guy. When in reality, you were just like, hey, I've talked to moms.
Yeah, towards the end, you really did get more like social justice. I mean, not to like overdo it. You were like going after people. And I think when you do stuff now, you do. But in the beginning, it was just you would make the funniest joke. But the most cruel joke in the beginning, and it would be hilarious to me because I'm a huge comedy guy, but a lot of people would get offended. And then when we did the satire page, it was kind of like when you started the Kokomo Scanner 2.0, it was making fun of something we all could collectively like, man, fuck Kokomo Scanner. Those people suck. Yeah. Who appointed them?
And that's the whole like when I made Scanner 2.0, it's crazy too because there's like a turnaround with this, but there was... I couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that there was a bunch of people with jobs that when they got off, they took turns listening to a scanner and posting every single thing that they heard. Like I was sitting there thinking, like, what a bunch of losers.
And it wasn't so much just posting what's going on, but like the way they did it. Like they'd be like, "All right, Big Mike signing off.
Right,
be back for another hard-earned 6 hours tomorrow, defending this country." Like, dude, you sat behind a fucking computer and listen to cops do their job.
Right,
you're just letting us know.
And it's crazy now too because now when I see something that they post, though, I sing a different tune about them. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I know that. I'm glad there's a bunch of people that are doing this now. You know what I mean? But like back then, I was just like, what a bunch of fucking losers, man. And so I made the Scanner 2.0, and I think by the time I gave it to you, we had like I had like
3,500.
3,500. So yeah,
it wasn't small. That's what my joke was earlier, which was like somebody being able to come in after something's already built, and then because I was able to start with 3,500 people. And continue the jokes, and obviously I pivoted a lot. And you had said a lot in the beginning. You're like, wow, you really changed it from being kind of like because you did like you guys a lot of hot calls or like just like hot.
Yeah.
And then I started adding the memes. You're like, we never did memes like that.
No, you guys did the memes, and then you guys started doing the skits and everything. Like like I said, like yeah, no, you guys are awesome. Everything that you guys are doing with this, everything that you're doing, I'm like, I know you guys want to make it big too. You want to take this to the next level. And I'm glad that you got the original 2.0. banned forever and redid it because you guys need to go on from that name too.
Yeah, the name was bad, and that's actually one of the things we talked about because at the time we were both devastated. We had almost 13,000 likes on that page, and we were like, wow, how did we just lose our entire platform?
How'd you lose it again?
Do you remember is it the Sudafed joke? Is that the one? I keep thinking it was the Sudafed joke.
The Sudafed joke
I
did
think
it?
the one that
It was a bunch of jokes over time, but the one that what was the one that
it was a video of like it didn't air very long. It was a video of me at the library and I heard gunshots, and then me like at the park and heard gunshots, and then me I was taking a shit, and like it didn't show my dick, but it showed me like obviously taking a shit. My shit was tucked in, and then like a gunshot went off, and I was like, oh, it was a dumb video that it was so stupid, but dude, it got.
I love that. I love how that's the demise of Kokomo Scanner.
Yeah, it's just
Brian taking a shit
and a gunshot on us. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, and that was it.
Well, there was one too where we got in trouble where you were like, where you made a joke about like, you know, hot call for something where they're trying to turn Sudafed back into meth or meth into Sudafed. I don't know what it was. I might be wrong.
Something dumb. No,
it was something about Sudafed because you also did a joke on the Peace Watch page that got us in trouble because you were making fun of Paul Wyman. He said he was having sex parties or something.
Oh yeah, Paul Wyman orgies. Yeah, because that's false.
Yeah,
no, just, I don't know.
No, that joke, and then that was one of the ones we actually got in trouble for on Peace Watch because we didn't get in trouble very much on Peace Watch.
You guys like police yourself a lot more now, or like, are you like, should we do this?
Well, for the longest time, it was just me literally holding him like a fucking rabid dog trying to fucking say the worst thing.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, and I'd be like, bro, please don't. Please don't. I'd just be me. I was putting out fires left and right. And then when we started the Kokomo Press, when we lost that page from a couple jokes, started the Kokomo Press, we weren't sure what it was going to be. We were just putting jokes on there. We got like 1,000, 1,500 people quick because people were like, oh, we know you from there. But that's still like 12,000, like almost 13 or 11,000
lost
less.
about half your following.
Yeah,
and you got 20.
Well, more than that,
now, right?
Like over, now we were at 20K followers and over like 15,000. We got more likes and more followers than we did by far, and it took a long time. But like you said, the name change was so important.
Yeah.
So at the time, it was the worst thing that could ever happen, losing our following. But looking back now, we're like, this is way better. Kokomo Press. There's so much more we can do as a fake news organization.
Did you guys have any secondary names? Like, what was the runner-up name?
No,
just Kokomo Press.
Was always going to be it because in my head, well, we did talk about it a little bit, but in my head, I was like, we need something where we can write articles and we could pretend to be a news because people that aren't from Kokomo are just going to see the Kokomo Press and see a news story, and they're going to think it's real because they don't know that it's a satire page.
Right.
So to me, it was, and we learned a lot doing Consumers Against Tipping on how to bait people because that's really what taught us about the Kokomo Press. Because you were a part of the Consumers Against Tipping page, which
you got to see that. I totally forget about that because you did a couple posts and shit. You did a few posts. Yeah. But like I always forget because that time was so good, but I don't remember a lot about it because I smoked a lot of pot.
So
dumb shit.
We haven't even talked too much about this on here, but Consumers Against Tipping, it was a troll page that we created, and we're like, we got to bring the ultimate troll on. That's why we got you, and then we got another guy named Kirk, right? Kirk Martin.
Kirk, yeah. And James Oso, right, was he sent in some. Yeah, he sent in a post or whatever.
But we had this page called Consumers Against Tipping where we were just trolling people, and you were a part of it, and you were a huge part of it. And then we had this is the thing that blew us up. The bitchy waiter. I actually have a lot of screenshots from back in the day.
Yeah.
If you want to start Facebook pages that trash the servers, I'm going to come after your ass. Join me. So people started coming to our page and it basically brought fans.
It was awesome.
It was one of the craziest times ever because like my phone had herpes. It would not.
Oh, I felt
buzzing,
special.
Baby.
Yeah, I felt special.
Yeah, and then we kept getting offers from random. Like we did a news thing out of like Houston. Like I did a news, like a whole article with them, and they did a news break on us, and we weren't even from there. And I did the whole article and pretended like I was being like we were legit when it was all fake. Right. I was like, yeah, we think it's high time that they get paid a fair wage. Like we made it like about like a social justice cause, but really it was a troll page.
Yeah.
But then we trolled pretending we were real with them, and then it was fucking insane. The whole thing was wild. And it was only like 3 weeks. It was
17,000 likes in 3 weeks, and it fucking got deleted.
Almost 18. This was the final tally that I have. Is almost 18.
Oh,
so
okay.
3 weeks.
That's
in 3 weeks.
It was a whirl, things went by so quick. We had that one, that meme that fucking got over
one?
like 48K shares. Yeah.
Is it this one?
Yeah, that one. Yep.
No, it wasn't that one. I don't think.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Yep.
This
Because
one.
people were sharing it. People were like, "Oh my god, you really think that's what it is?" Like,
It's just stupid shit like that. And like, it was completely a troll page. We ended up on like the front page of Reddit. We ended up doing the Houston thing. We ended up getting hit up by Vice Media was trying to do a story with us on their news and their food network. And then the one that we really cared about was fucking MTV hit us up.
we did an interview. But
We did a whole ass interview with MTV trying to like they were doing like a catfish, but for people that get trolled. Yeah. I was like, this is perfect. This is a perfect show.
This is my could have went pro story right here.
Could have went pro.
Hey, they looked at me. They like what they saw, but they said they just couldn't. They didn't have the budget right now.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know if that was around the same time or if it was at a different time. But when I was in Kuwait, I got a call from somebody. Then they were like talking about how they were making this show about trolls.
Hell yeah!
But I like for some reason my mind is like so blank when it comes to like this time period. I don't know why. I don't know if I was drinking too much. But
I can tell you like around when,
2017.
Was it 20? I know it was 20.
It was August. It was
June 2017.
Yeah,
so that's when I've got most of these.
Okay.
So it was like early spring, June.
But they said like we were making this show about trolls and everything, and like they've caught and like they got my name, and they were like, "How do you feel about it?" And I was like, "Well, one, I don't think the Army would really like that."
No.
And then I said, number two, I kind of don't want my 15 minutes of fame being like, "Yo, this guy's a dick." You know what I mean? So
this was the news article, ABC 13 Houston. Man. I'm pretty sure is what.
I'm so glad you have all this.
Yeah. I saved a lot of it.
I got some stuff. I just got to look.
And this was like some of the comments. What a bunch of morons at ABC. Well done, consumers against tipping. This was all the people that went to their article and were like telling us, like trolling them about like we're doing God's like this guy doing good work. I will tell my children tales of your bravery about us fighting to get away from these tip heads. And then somebody says ABC 13. Is it on the satire? So like a lot of people get it. And then I got in trouble for this. I don't want to post it. I'm not going to post it on the thing, but I got in trouble for this. These are the comments from people in our inbox this is what people sent us for our jokes. This is like I can't put this on YouTube. This is too hot. If you guys want to see this, message me. I'll send it to you. Yeah. But these are literal comments from people that were like, said stuff, piece of shit. Asshole.
Man, look at that last one.
That last one. Yep, that was the one.
I love it. Yeah. I was told that I hope that my family dies or my daughter, or no, it was my son at the time dies of the worst form of cancer and stuff. And that's funny to me.
Brian and I were so gluttons for punishment that we would be in the inbox all day, and I would reply, and then they would reply, and then Brian would reply, and then they would reply, and then I would we would.
It's my dick hard.
We would be having me and Brian would be having the same conversation with a guy, but like talking shit to him. Like he'd have two double replies because he and I are both talking shit. It was so much fun, but it was also it was like anxiety central, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But yeah, this was the best. This was the best like trial for the Kokomo Press.
Yeah,
doing this stuff.
I remember my battles with the bitchy waiter, and that was
the bitchy waiter.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is an awkward moment when you send your followers. We're making fun of them so bad because
he's made himself a nice little following. I can't.
Oh, it's right under like 1 million right now because I went back and just checked the other day.
I respect the game. I just don't like the player.
And for the longest time when I was trolling that dude, I actually thought it was a woman. And like he's not transgender or anything, but he kind of looks like an older Jewish lady.
You know
what I mean?
He's an open gay man. Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Openly gay. He's married and he's got a man and stuff.
Like you guys remember that Pat SNL skit?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I love that fucking movie. Oh my god, Ween's
that's what was going on with the bitchy waiter. I was like, what am I trolling right now? Like
Yeah, that movie's dope, dude.
This was my favorite meme, The Anatomy of a Tip Head. This is one of the ones I made. Like
inability to keep clothes on. One more
yeast infection,
yeast infection.
Just stupid shit like this. This is like it would let us do Walmart bad dodge.
This model of woman is at Taku.
Yeah, right now. Expired in her uterine device.
I think she got her hair done at Taco Bell instead of Walmart. Other than that, you're pretty spot on.
Yeah. It was too much fun goofing on that type of shit. Just doing the thing. Yeah, I think that was the point of it all. Was we were just trying to see what we could get away with, and then we ended up losing that page as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks. It took 3 weeks for Facebook to completely remove it off of the...
I forgot that it had almost 18K likes on that
in
too.
3 weeks,
That's
bro.
great.
It was crazy.
That's just the difficulty with comedy these days. It's such a tightrope because...
Can't cross that line. Everything's monitored.
Yeah, you can't cross that line yet. There's lines everywhere. Like you box yourself in. So sometimes you just have to say fuck it and send it and see what sticks.
Yeah. I mean, to me personally, I had a great time with it. I mean, just the chance to be able to goof off and do things that take chances and not get caught. Because, like, we were, like, nobody knew it was us.
No, I was shooting videos in my bathroom, and I would have a shirt over my face, and I was getting 30,000 viewers, and I was like, basically, I was acting like a terrorist, like death to servers. It was the stupidest shit ever, and people were going crazy on it. I've never felt so, like, awesome.
Dude's posting ISIS videos against tipping.
That's what it was. Our name was the Mohammeds. That's what we called ourselves.
Hey,
like, who are you? We are the Mohammeds.
And real quick, I don't want to forget about this. Do you remember our group after that one?
Yeah.
Citizens
I still have that.
Citizens Against Bikers.
Citizens Against Motorcyclists.
Yeah, motorcyclists.
Oh,
that was fun.
That one was
Did I-
tough.
I had to have helped with that a little bit, right? Did I do
I
anything?
told you about that one. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember if you did or not, but I told you about that one, and that one ended up not going real. People were like real serious about that because I was
we were
like,
gonna
I
get
was
murdered.
like, you deserve to die if you drive a motorcycle. Grass clippings are not a big deal, like stuff like that.
I switched lanes hoping there's a motorcycle,
Yeah, I would
without
say-
looking, hoping there's a
I
motorcycle
would
there.
say shit like
motherfucker.
that. And there was like a motorcycle wreck. I posted one, and then I deleted because I felt bad, but I posted, and it was like a gruesome scene, and I was like, oh, this is the correct photo of what a motorcycle should look like. So,
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
and then I quit.
No.
So I said, let us do the trolling things that you were just doing with your face behind it. That's what we were doing.
Yeah, that was a prime era for when you could do that stuff. Like I said, nowadays, you ain't getting away with that. You'll be on there 5 minutes, and you're out of here.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I got a lot of friends who are bikers, but
Yeah.
I
It
do.
was a joke. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
Yeah, it's
None of it
all
was
good
real.
fun. But at the same time, man, everyone's got the bad apples of the bunch as far as who you can make fun of. Because I do find some of the biker stuff funny. Whether it's like, look both ways, save a life, this and that. Passion, this and that. But it's like fucking grass clippings. This guy needs to fucking die. It's like, it's like, bro, chill, man. Like I get it, it's dangerous, but it's like, come on.
The grass clippings thing is hilarious to me. Another asshole out here trying to kill us.
Fucking mowing his yard into the road, you son of a bitch. It's like, well, you're going to swerve through lanes to get to your work faster anyway. So
Right.
My only problem with bikers really is when it's 3 a.m. and they're just loud as hell, and it's like, come on, man. Like, I know you have a different vehicle.
again, no issues with bikers or
Like-
bikes in general for me, but I just find some of the hot takes funny.
AC/DC blaring, he's got like the sound system on his bike and everything, and it's like,
I think they're cool. Like,
Yeah.
Shelby and I were driving yesterday, and like one of my son was like, "Oh, look, cool, some crotch rockets or whatever." And we look over, and there's like 6 of them. And Shelby and I just start laughing, and he's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Why do they have to all hang out? Like, it's just so weird to me that like they're like, hey guys, let's all ride our bikes together. Yeah, man, let's go." And they're just like, a bike man, and they're like out there fucking just like, "Hey, buddy, let's do it. Hey, you got your bike? Let's get." And I just imagine them all like pulling up to.
it's the camaraderie, man.
Yeah.
That's
camaraderie.
enthusiasm, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure. It's just funny to me because like you can't hear each other. Like you're just
Right,
driving
right.
next to each other, and I feel like it has to be more dangerous, right? When there's more than one of them next to each other. Like,
It's probably one of those things where you just, I guess you don't understand unless you're doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
know.
a car guy, so like I get it. Me and my brother and my other brother, they all have pretty nice cars, so we
Yeah.
go out cruising and stuff. But
Were you
yeah.
saying you used to hang out at the strip over by Rural King?
no, I didn't.
Well, it would have
Not that
been
old,
Hills
are
at the
you?
time.
Hills, yeah.
Right,
right.
right.
Right?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Hills.
Rest
That
in
place
peace,
was
Hills,
great.
yeah.
Oh, dude, best wrestlers in town.
Action
when I was
figures?
little, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just not wrestlers in general either. Like they had fucking the Barbarian series. Like they had some good shit there.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan worked there. That was fun.
Hulk Hogan. Hills was a dude. Miss that snack bar.
The Hills are alive with the sound of music, brother.
Remember Ames? Or was it Amy's or Ames?
Ames.
Yeah. Ames
Cub
was-
Foods.
Chi-Chi's.
Cubs-
Remember that?
Oh, dude, yeah. Rest in peace.
I miss
Chi-Chi's.
Ponderosa, dude. What Ponderosa ended up becoming that Lincoln Square place too, and that shit was legit. I liked Lincoln Square.
Oh,
It was dirty.
I don't
but
know what that is.
when you go to a breakfast house, it needs to be a little dirty.
Yeah,
Don't
your
like
shoes
it.
you absolutely have to stick to the floor a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
like you can't be clean if you go into a
the
breakfast.
silverware is all of it stained.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're not getting a good breakfast unless you, like I said, your shoes are coming off your feet.
Waffle House,
yeah.
fucking.
Is that place
Denny's.
that's actually called the Breakfast House still going?
Oh yeah, I think.
Oh,
so.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, because that
Wendy's?
place is great. I
love
forgot
it.
all about that place. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
drink. The cups are always iffy. But
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, if you get a coffee mug and it looks like it has
I won't go in there anymore. I went there one time, saw a roach, and I was like, I'm out. And I'm
saw a roach?
Yeah, one time, and I was like, I'm out. I'm never doing this.
So I went in there and was all, because I got the biscuits and gravy, and I was all high eating.
It was years ago, dude.
It was chip beef, and I'm not a big fan of chip beef, so right there was a turn off for me. But I get like the eggs and bacon.
Yeah.
This is gravy with beef?
Chipped beef.
Chipped beef?
Yeah, it's like,
I don't know what chip beef is.
What is that?
It's like you're Army boys. You guys should know what chip beef. You never heard shit on the shingles?
Yeah, we never got details. We just ate it.
Yeah. We didn't get the ingredients. So just, don't
It's
ask.
like it's like a different form of like, it's not ground beef, or it's not ground beef. It's not sausage, but it's like chip. I just don't like
gotcha.
it.
Yeah. That's weird.
I was just picturing like, fucking hamburger helper on a biscuit right now. That's all. I was like, oh God, that does sound terrible.
What's wrong with hamburger helper?
Yeah.
On a biscuit?
Not a fan.
That's his new diet.
Hey guys, Brian West here from the Kokomo Press.
And I'm Jordan Grainger.
Hey, just to let you know, November 4th, we are having the discount Halloween party comedy show. It's going to be a really fun time.
I'm excited. It's only $10. You get to come through, wear your discount costume, which is great because you can go get your costume after Halloween. So they're going to be on clearance, and go get it. Get a fun costume, show up. There's going to be a costume contest, and we're going to have 7 great comedians.
7 great comedians. We got local talent. We got Doug Arnold. Woo. We got Sean D. We got Fort Wayne's very funny Julie Heckman.
Woo.
We got the headliner Dan Alton, hilarious, funny national touring comedian. So,
and then of course you've got myself, you've got Brian West, and you've got Hypocrisy Jones, fresh off his debut at Harvest Fest.
He's gonna be dropping 5 for you guys. He's a funny dude. It's gonna be a really good time. There's gonna be drinks there. Yeah. You can get tickets through the message of the page.
Yeah, or you can message me or Brian separately. Yep. But the page is probably easier. But $10 per ticket. You'll come in, sit down, enjoy a show. There'll be drinks there that you can buy. It's at American Dream Hi-Fi, which it's always a good time when we have a show there.
Always a good time, yeah.
Yeah, Mike and the gang.
Yep.
Yeah. So come on out, check us out. It's going to be our discount Halloween comedy show on November 4th at 8 p.m. $10 per ticket.
Yep. See you guys there.
Yeah, man, I'm loving it though. I'm loving the vibes of what's going on in Kokomo, and I don't know if you guys saw, we had a buddy of mine, got pinched. Yeah, good Joe Castillo,
the mustache,
Bola Joe, yeah.
Oh man,
yeah. And so I had to throw on there like, oh, by the way, you guys need to come watch our podcast with us.
Plug it every chance you get.
Did you hear what he said when he got to the jail?
Yeah,
he said this drunk tank ain't big enough for both of us.
I love it. Joe's a good guy, dude. But he does like a couple drinks, so it's not.
Oh, really?
I mean, I feel like his mustache each holds one already.
I can't talk shit. I got no WI to my name.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, no.
Going to Taco Bell in 2007. Yeah.
You had frequent flyer miles there for a little bit. The
2007 was a really bad year. And then after that, I was like, let's join the Army.
Got your shit together.
We get the fuck out of here.
Right. And, but I honestly, I don't know why people drink and drive in here. Because, like, if it's the weekend and you're out past 11, the cops already assume you're drunk or have drugs.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Get up.
I hate driving. Like, I'll be driving my mom home. Like, she'll watch my kid on, like, a Friday or Saturday. And I'll go out and do something, and I'll come home, and then I'll drive her home. And the whole time, I'm just like, I'm going to get pulled over for some shit. I already know it.
That's why I got the Army plates.
Yeah, the Navy plates.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I did see your joke on here. I thought I was dying with this. Michael Myers. I was like, this is a perfect month for this guy.
That guy's straight,
guys tonight.
We finally got the bastard again. Evil.
Well, because he's always getting arrested. Always.
Oh yeah, always. Yeah.
Back to that drinking and driving thing. I would never get behind the wheel anymore, man, because now that page is a thing, there'll be too many people that get a kick if I'm on there, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, just for comedy's sake, I really hope somehow you're involved in a very minor crime that doesn't ruin your life, and you're on that page.
And you let me write a story on it, please. I would pay you fucking money.
I mean, if I'm already on there, just go ahead.
Money,
but,
yes.
Brian likes to hit up people we know.
Oh, dude, he's my favorite. Like, he's like,
shots.
Yeah. I have a picture of him. I won't say any more about it, but I have a picture of him. He knows what I'm talking about because
the mustache one.
Oh God, I love that one. Yeah, I have such a good story written for that. And one day, maybe I'll just wait till you're dead and then just post it. I guess.
Okay,
but
it should be soon.
No, don't say that. Dude. No, I'm teasing. Do not say that. I hope I never post that fucking.
Dustin and I have a sixth sense here. We have like an ongoing battle of who's going to die first. It's just one of our arguments we always get into. But
yeah. I'm saying you don't stand a chance.
Man, I don't know, man. We'll see.
All right. Like, dude, I got 5 years.
5 5
yeah, I
good
got
years.
6 hours.
Why do you think I'm doing this right now, man? Because I felt like a dick for holding off, man. Time's a ticking.
Got to get this in. This will live longer than us. This will be on a server. That's like the joke. Like that. Everything you do on the internet will be on a server that outlives you by like 1 million. You just like you. But yeah, here's a video of me shaving my fucking face, and then it's like now that's everywhere. That's gonna live forever.
Dustin turns into Artem Zola and starts trying to take over the world through Facebook after he's dead.
Oh man, that's another reason why I didn't want to do that show that guy was calling me about and everything, man. Like they're gonna forever have me on footage of like that dude's a fucking prick. You know what I mean? Like yeah, no. I'm good.
What show is it?
No, the one about the trolling that they called me about.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, we were all about it. We did the full fucking interview. Like, yes, please. That's the same thing with this. We did an interview for the top 5 places to OD in Kokomo. We did that with like WTHR or some shit like that. What is it?
That was a good time. Yeah, WTHR.
Yeah, we
They
did
actually interviewed you?
Yeah, well, the Perspective did a story and talked to us, which was great.
Yeah.
And then WTHR did like an on-air interview, like tonight with the guys who have a controversial video. And then Kevin Sprinkle went on there and he was mad. Remember Kevin Sprinkle being mad?
Oh man. Also, I still haven't forgiven you about that April Fool's joke.
Oh, which one was it?
Like where that guy was going to join you or something.
Oh yeah, Alan James.
So I can't believe I didn't sit there and think about it. Like, man, April Fool's is coming around because like I thought we were cool enough to where like you would tell me like, nah, it's
I wanted
a gag.
to so bad.
I was like congratulating him. I was like,
Brian and I didn't tell Jordan and Courtney.
Real? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes me feel a little better.
That's what I'm telling everybody. I'm like, you need to understand. Brian and I just both decided we're like, we are making this seem as real as we can.
Yeah,
and we are lying, and because if we don't commit, it's not going to work.
Right.
It's not. And like, I told him we for years we've like we should do an April Fool's, and they're like, no, nobody fucking cares because we all know what the date is. We go on, we see the first joke, haha, all right, and then the rest of them are ruined for the rest of the day. So it's like a hard joke to get. So we're like, what can we do that we'll actually like? And I was like, if we can get Alan James to say that he's buying us, if we can get him, he reached out.
He was cool for about 3 days with it. Let us do it, and then he posted me. He said, "Okay, that's enough. Please take me off." He made a post about when we were having that tornado warning about this big old dick coming down. He's like, people don't know it's a joke, and they think I'm affiliated with you guys. Can you please, like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So at the same time that was going on, like the picture of the dick tornado was going viral. So like he was like, please, people. He's like, will you take that cock off your face?
Alan, if you're listening to this, because I know you listen from time to time, we still want you as a guest on here. It would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to come in here.
You don't have to endorse us. Just come on.
Yeah, they got me good though, man. I messaged Jordan. I was like, congratulations, man. I was this is like the big
that was
break
the hardest
you guys
part.
need for. And then I found, dude, I felt betrayed, man.
What was really funny is Jordan Bell kept like wanting to guess like who it was. He was like, let me guess. If I guess, tell us. And one of his people was Alan James. I'm like, oh damn, maybe it wasn't as like.
But that was like that actually made me feel good about the post blowing up because I'm like, oh, it's believable that it would be him. Like, it's believable. Because, like, it's not... That's what we talked about as well. It's like, it can't be somebody ridiculous. It can't be like, oh, we're being bought by Elon Musk. Nobody's going to believe that shit. It's got to be just believable enough. And I'm like, people could see Alan James saying, hey, I'll get into the satire game. Like, you know what I mean?
Did you believe that shit? Did you fall for it?
I actually...
Probably know what we're talking about.
Yeah, sorry. I've just been sitting here kind of like... Because that was my whole... I spent like 2 years off Facebook. I just now got on it because Musk ruined Twitter so bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's so bad. Like,
you guys hate him, don't you? I've seen you guys post
it's
stuff.
So
Is it
bad.
bad?
Like, I would post something and like I'm like, oh, that's a banger tweet, and it's like 3 porn bots are like, oh, I want to see my tits, honey, and I'm like, well, I do, but I know they're not real. But I'm just talking to an echo chamber. Like, I need some reaction, so I came back to grace the good pages of Zuckerberg just to get people riled up again.
Facebook's where it's at. That'll always be my argument. I love Facebook.
TikTok too does a good job of putting you in front of shit. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
Right.
I try. I don't like it.
There's too much. There's like some comedy gold on there, but there's also just I get more shit than anything. You know what I mean? And it's just like
being a poster. I think being a consumer, it's fine, maybe, but like posting, I hate making those videos. We've tried so hard to like I've been doing clips and stuff and post them on there, and I don't mind doing them, and they do pretty well, but it's like labor intensive. You post it and it's like,
yeah,
and you're like, why did I do that? I already put it out where I wanted to put it out anyway. Have you watched any of Loki yet? Are you still in the... No,
Marvel kind of died off of me.
I wondered.
I forget what the kind of the last straw was. Whatever was before this new Ant-Man. I didn't see the new Ant-Man. I think the last thing I saw was Hawkeye, which I actually liked. I just was kind of this...
Yeah. Was it Hulk? She-Hulk?
I never saw that one, but I saw the twerking videos, and I was like, I see, I'm missing nothing here. I see that I'm good to go on.
They're supposed to be rebooting it. That's the plan after Secret Wars.
So,
they're going to reboot the whole thing.
That's what I heard too. I know what it was kind of the final straw. I was really, really excited for Doctor Strange, and I felt like it was a giant letdown.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, I really think that's what really made me go, I think I'm done with
You're going to watch Deadpool though, right?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm worried about it because I am curious what Disney does with it.
Oh, it's going to be interesting. They are doing a whole. If you since you haven't watched Loki, it's hard to explain. But they're doing like the TVA. I don't know if you know anything about that. But
Yeah.
And apparently that's the whole concept. It's basically Daredevil. What?
Daredevil, not Deadpool.
Daredevil, Deadpool. Deadpool destroys the Fox Marvel universe. So it's like him going through timelines and like.
Oh, okay.
So they're gonna have like Wolverine's gonna be in it. Fucking Professor X, Elektra. Fucking what's her name?
Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Garner's Elektra.
She's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna, and he's going to basically go back to the 616 or the 818. Is that the one that the Doctor Strange 818 universe?
Yeah. Whatever,
go back there, and there's going to be a whole subplot with that.
Yeah.
So like they're actually going to do this one's supposed to be huge, like Magneto. Everybody like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Reynolds is my closet gay crush, but no, Deadpool is an awesome one.
I thought it was Brad Pitt.
Yeah, too. I mean, I'm a bit of a closet whore, okay?
Brad Pitt, man, that's a good looking man.
He is a well
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you see him in Dave? Little Dicky show.
no.
It was the best cameo I've ever seen ever. He had like a whole subplot where he and Little Dicky get captured by like held hostage by like a rabid fan, and they have to like make music together. So Brad Pitt's in the studio like boom, boom. It's so fucking stupid, but it's fun.
I'm gonna have to check it out now.
Yeah. Brad Pitt. That whole Little Dicky show is just so ridiculous in general. But yeah, the Brad Pitt was the best part because I thought it was. They do it in the beginning where it seems like it's just gonna be a cameo and he's gone, and then. Because Lil Dicky ends up falling in love with Rachel McAdams, and they end up dating, which is hilarious. He writes a whole song about, I need a girl like Rachel McAdams. Like, it's so stupid.
I heard that show's really good.
Yeah. It's a good one. I think it's on, like, fucking Hulu or something.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Do you guys do all the streaming services?
No, man. Well, I don't do streaming services in general because I just have other alternatives on how to find shows.
You're like my buddies. They crack me up.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I have my ways.
Yeah, Netflix, Max, and Amazon Prime, I guess.
But
that's about it.
I don't watch a lot of shows. I just don't. It's weird. I watch almost a movie a day sometimes, but like TV shows, even ones that I like Game of Thrones, for example. I went through about a season and a half of that, and I was just like, I can't keep watching this.
Yeah.
I need a resolution. I know there is one eventually, but like I'm not a binge watcher. I'm a very bad binge watcher.
I used to be when I was in the military. That's all I did. Now it's like I have to. I'm like, I tell my girl I'm like 1 or 2 episodes of the show, and I'm like, get me the fuck out of here.
Which cracks me up because like Scorsese's got that new movie out now, The Killers of the Flower Moon, which looks awesome, but it's almost like a damn near 4-hour movie, which I can sit through.
Yeah.
But it cracks me up when people are like, 4 hours, my God. And it's like, dude, you just sat through 2 seasons of Desperate Housewives. I don't want to hear this. Like, don't tell me that 4 hours of Scorsese is too much for you.
Right.
I mean, 6 hours of Justice League was too much for me, but it was still good.
What's the most recent movie you watched?
I went and saw Exorcist last night.
Did you enjoy it?
I liked it all the way to the end. The end was kind of, I don't want to give away too much, but like the end made you go, huh, okay. And then you're just like, well, that's it. That's the movie. All right. Everybody go home.
I am definitely going to watch. I want to see it because the original one's one of my fucking favorites.
And I think that's the problem is I love the original one so much that this one just didn't deliver, which I knew it had almost impossible expectations anyways. But I didn't hate it as much as the internet does. The internet like fucking trashed this movie.
Bitching about it.
Yeah, and I was like, throughout the movie, I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. And like I said, like that last maybe 30 minutes or something, I'm like, yeah.
I checked out Saw 10 last night. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I did like Saw 10. That's probably my second favorite Saw.
So you're more movie than TV show guy.
Oh yeah, I watch movies all the time.
Did you have you seen this one on Netflix that came out?
I have been constantly ear raped by the ad on my podcast.
Oh God!
For some reason, like all my Spotify podcasts have been playing the old dad's ad, which I tried to hit the +15 to skip. But yes, I'm aware of the show because I've heard the ad 47 times while I'm at work.
It's really funny.
I haven't seen
I watched most of it last night. We didn't finish it because we ended up going to putting the kids to bed, and then I forgot we were even watching it. Yeah. So I mean, I guess it's not that good if I forgot we were watching it. Right. But no, it was interesting. It's just hard to get through. There's a lot of old school jokes and
like I got a T-top and hookers and blow.
Yeah.
Ha.
Oh, it wasn't as bad as that.
Yeah, is Bill Burr like is he yelling the whole time?
Yeah, it's basically he wrote it. I think he's one of the ones who wrote it, and it's basically he's playing his character like where it's like the angry guy. It's like
you mean to tell me that's my kid? You're not going to tell him? Is it he or her?
Yeah. It's funny because he's like his kid. He's trying to get his kid into kindergarten, like to like a special kindergarten, and so he's in a preschool and he's like being tortured by the lady who runs the preschool because he needs a recommendation from her for the kindergarten. It's really funny because like he's like trying to be politically correct, but he calls her like a stumpy cunt. It's hilarious. Yeah. When I heard the word stumpy cunt, I was like, I'm in. I'll watch the rest of this, and then I didn't.
I will say there is one show I'm watching right now only because I'm a huge horror fan, and it's The Fall of House Usher.
Yeah, I heard it's good.
It's really fucking good.
Netflix?
Yeah, really fucking good. I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in. It's really interesting. It's all like Edgar Allan Poe's work, but modernized into like a really fucked up family, like this like pharmaceutical fucking tyrant basically is like his whole family's just basically dying off. Yeah. It's pretty fucking wild though. Yeah, it's a good show.
There is something I'm watching. I've never watched any of them, but American Horror Story, the new season of it. Yeah. It's got Kim Kardashian doing a bang up job in it. And
I can't tell if that's satire or not, to be honest. I'm sitting here like, do you really mean that, or is this
actually not bad really for her? Because like I thought, but. It's depressing, man. Like I was depressed after I watched like 3 episodes, so I think I'm gonna stop. It's fucked up, man.
Yeah, those shows I can't. I'm a huge fan of narrative, and a lot of the horror shows are not. There's not a lot of narrative. So if I'm gonna check out the House of Usher because I have heard good things narratively about it. But you watch a lot of those like shows like that, and it's just like it's not written well.
Like I want something with a little poetry in it, like the Terrifier 2. You know what I mean?
Fucking guy. Poetry.
Is that the dude, the fucking clown guy?
Yeah. What's his name? I forget.
Where he like hangs this woman upside down, saws her from the vagina down, and it's like, man,
real poetry.
I'm sorry, but Terrifier 2 is a goddamn banger. I love it.
It was good. I just saw it for the first time. I just saw it for the first time a couple weeks ago. I did like it. The Wonder Woman chick at the end basically was awesome.
Yeah. You guys ever watch the Wishmaster series?
Long time ago.
Oh yeah,
long time ago.
Dude, me and my buddy got into those. We we went to it was like the movie store. We went and rented like every one and watched like every one in succession. That's like the last like crazy show because I did watch what's the one the Cube. You guys didn't even watch one of the Cube movies?
I never got into those.
Those are fucking wild too. But they're suspenseful more than horror.
You like Lawnmower Man and shit like that?
No, I never watched that. I could never get into the Pinhead and the Lawnmower Man and that shit.
Man, Pinhead, people that say those movies are great, it's like they suck.
No, they suck.
I've never liked Hellraiser either.
They were never good movies. They're just like
you're going to have a terrible actor, they're going to wander somewhere, and then all of a sudden here comes all these fucking chains ripping their flesh off and everything. Like, this sucks.
You're into gore BDSM. So right. Got it. Okay, cool. And I'm a huge horror guy. Like every night since like September, I've put on a horror movie. Halloween's my favorite holiday. If you go by my house, I have a 9.5 foot.
I've actually been to one of your holiday parties.
Yeah, that's right. You've been to one of my Halloween parties. It's the only time I allow anybody in my house. So the rest of the year, get the fuck away from me.
But it better be good this year because I took a vacation day for that shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But yeah, I have like a 9.5 foot tall fucking werewolf in front of my house. Shit like that. Like I'm big on horror, so. For me to be like Hellraiser, I'm out on. That's kind of saying something.
It tells you right there. Yeah.
And I was just kidding about the Terrifier, it's all right. Yeah. It's worth a watch.
Yeah, no, Terrifier isn't.
It's gory.
Well, if you watch Terrifier, not to interrupt you, if you watch Terrifier 1 though, I could see how you'd be put off by watching Terrifier 2. But Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 1 are night and day in my opinion. Terrifier 1's like fucking pretty brutal to get through. And Terrifier 2 is like a whole. It's like one of the entertaining
few shows where the second one's better than the first one.
Terrifier 2 was more artsy.
Oh,
more artsy than the first one, but they're both good. The first one was just like fuck you in movie format. Just fuck you.
The worst movie I've ever seen ever. And I mean, like the people that acted in it probably should be in fucking prison right now. You seen a Serbian film?
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
Because I was Googling one day and I was like, what's the worst movie you could possibly watch?
Yeah, and I got uncomfortable when you just said it.
Did you watch YouTube?
Yes. Yeah. And you never heard of this, Jordan?
I don't know. You have to tell me.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't even think we should actually talk about it. That's how fucked up this movie is.
It touches on some pretty terrible shit.
But like the director anybody that was in it, they all need to be in prison.
Yeah.
Is that the one where the
banned.
dude like basically banged the kid?
Yeah, Jordan's into father and son bonding.
Yeah.
So I don't-
How dare you? What's that? The Meet the Johnsons or Meet the Rob? What's that show? Meet the. There's the one show about the black family where the kid is banging his dad. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I have no clue what you're
Oh, it's insane. Me and Belle always talk about it because it's an insane show, but it's called like Meet the Johnsons, and it's like it starts off and you.
Is that on Peacock?
It should be. It's on my cock. No, I'm just kidding. But it's
on the cock, 5 p.m. East.
The first thing that happens is the father walks in on his son, seemingly beating his meat, and he like has a real comfortable conversation about like, it's natural, it's okay. And then he leaves the room, and then the kid opens his hand, and it's a picture of his dad.
Oh,
so he's
man.
beating off to a picture, and then later on, it's like he's banging his dad. It's an insane show, but it's like 45 minutes movie, like short film about this black family where like the mom ignores it, like she knows it's an insane fucking show.
It's made by the Taylor High School Drama Club.
Ah, man.
Directed by.
Good God.
Catch it on Fox Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time.
Oh man.
It's called Blackish. I'm just kidding.
What, you said Meet the Johnsons?
Meet the Johnsons.
Meet the Jansons?
Meet the Johnsons. If you like that joke and many other jokes, come check us out on November 4th at our Discount Halloween show.
We need to put butts in the seats, so come to the Discount Halloween show. We're selling tickets now. It's going to be a really good time. We got some great comedians on there. Hypocrisy Jones, a.k.a. Jordan Bell.
Yep.
He's going to be doing some time. We're getting him slowly situated and into a position. I'll be doing some time, Jordan. And then we got a banger. It's not going to be it looks like it's going to be a huge show. It's not going to be that long. We got a timely put or whatever, however you want to call it.
Scheduled well.
Yeah, scheduled, yeah. So everybody's going to have
well
a few
structured
minutes. But
It's going to be the same length as our regular shows.
Time
We're just doing
appropriated,
a little bit
yes.
Everybody's doing a little bit less to accommodate because it takes a minute to come up with material. So trying to come up with stuff to talk about. So with this Discount Halloween show, $10, come through, hang out with us. There's going to be a costume contest. We're going to goof
win
off.
prizes. Yeah,
and you can go get your cheap Halloween costume like after Halloween, so you don't have to like spend like $90 on that Beetlejuice costume you've been fucking staring at.
People's been asking. They go, "Well, what's in the gift basket? What's in the gift basket? Is it local stuff?" I got a couple Lore tabs in there from a dental operation I got done. They're going to be in there. Some weed gummies.
It's worth the price of admission.
Yeah,
some Narcan.
Cassette tape to Thriller. I got that. My dad's.
Just the B-side.
Yeah, just the B-side.
One Dan's donut.
I just had some
Day
the
old.
other night.
a half a tender one. Yeah. It's so weird that's like we're known for like tenderloins and fucking-
Tenderloins, donuts, and the hugger. Like I swear to God, dude, when I was in the military, anytime I brought up Kokomo, if someone knew of Kokomo, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's the hugger, right?" And I'm like, "No, yeah, that's us."
Well, most of the time when I said Indiana, they would be like, "What country is that?"
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Say India? You look awful pale.
Yeah. Let me help you out. Oh, you did that.
No, it's like seriously, like people over in like from California and whatnot, they don't know what Indiana is.
No, they don't believe in it. Even though none of them are actually from California, they're all transplants.
Yeah.
Right.
Secret transplants.
Yeah.
Or like they actually think like Chicago is the state, and then they're like,
Yeah.
"No, it's in Illinois," and they're like, "What's Illinois?" And I'm
It's in
like,
Illinois.
"Holy shit, man!"
It's like it's California, and then there's this like weird area where Chicago is, and then it's New York. That's how most Californians
right.
understand maps.
Well, I saw this was going viral on your guys' favorite, The X. Do you guys know what that country is?
That country right there. That is nope. That's not Germany. Just kidding. That's
Threw my ass off too.
Germany.
I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna save you right now. There's nothing there. That's a fake country.
Okay.
Because I'm like looking around. I'm like, it's got. I know the ones that border. I was just saying
Right,
to you. I
I'm
was like,
saying-
that's got to be Germany. No,
I don't know
France.
shit.
No, that's Spain. No, I'm like, I know all the ones that are right there. But I'm like,
I had an A in geography in high school.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
I
saying.
know some fucking countries.
yeah, but
I was gonna
this is all
refuse to
fake.
guess.
And they put that. They really get you with the little tiny island. That's how they get you. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, we got this fucking tiny island out here to make it look real. But yeah, they were basically joking on Americans. Like, do you know what this country is? Like, it's a fake country. And then somebody posted a picture of the United States. Like, do you know this state? And nobody fucking knew it. I'm like, yeah, nobody knows.
Right.
You know, you're not gonna know Idaho.
Like jokes on you. We're still in
Missouri.
America.
Yeah. I only know Missouri because of Stand Up, Don't Shoot, or what is it? Is that the one? The one that Ferguson?
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason I know
Stand
about
Up, Don't
Missouri.
Shoot. Oh.
Stand Up, or Hands Up, Don't Shoot.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah.
There's been so many, it's hard to keep track, you know?
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah.
They
I'm
just
not
had
caught
that
up
big
on
one.
the newest season of police brutality. Sorry.
That hasn't even been too much in the news lately, I feel like.
Oh, no, it's because we're trying to start World War III at the moment.
Well, and also because they got the new Speaker of the House costume. We don't have a speaker right now, everybody. If you don't know that we don't have a speaker, they haven't had one for like 2 weeks. Yeah. It's been forever.
I've been trying my hardest to stay out of politics lately.
Yeah.
It's better on my mental health.
Yeah, it's better for sure.
Well, it's just crazy because everybody was an expert on virology, a couple years ago with the COVID thing, and they're expert on elections with Trump. They're like, oh, we understand, elections. Now everybody's an expert on fucking missiles going into missile silo because that missile that was fired into the hospital, and they're like, no, it wasn't Israel, it was Hamas. No, it was Hamas. Like, no, it was them, and it's like, who the fuck shot the hospital?
I will tell you one thing I know, and that is USC's defense is really bad.
Yeah,
and that's what I stick to. It's like, hey, I'm gonna give hot takes on shit that I know. Like,
right?
Isn't it that Caleb boy? Isn't that Caleb
Williams? Yeah.
Williams, that's his name. Williams.
That Caleb boy.
That Caleb boy.
Future Chicago Bear. It looks like.
Yeah, probably. I don't know who you guys are going to go after.
Man, who gives a fuck? God damn it. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even wear this hat because I hate football right now. Like it's misery. It's misery.
I'm there with you, man. Colts fans and Bears fans now.
I'll say this. Like I said, I'm getting into football. I watched the Bears and Washington play. I enjoyed your quarterback. He put on a fucking show.
That's our one, and he's injured now. And
Justin Fields.
Okay. And that's our one win in the last year.
Yep, you got your one.
He looked good though, man. He looked like
I wasn't even gonna. I was trying to be nice. I wasn't even gonna bring up it at all. You know what I mean? I had a meme. I was like, I'm not even gonna put it on here. Because it got full. It was like, when was the last time the Bears won?
I don't even care anymore. I'm dead.
Won a game and then they won. I was like,
I'm dead inside.
Come to the horseshoe game.
Yeah, horseshoe.
No,
he would never.
Hey, I used to root for the Colts, so when Peyton was on there, because that's my favorite player of all time. But
it's hard not to.
Yeah, Peyton was awesome.
Yeah, but
I used to hate on Peyton Manning when he first came. I was like, fuck that dude.
Really?
I have that thing where I'm like, when I lived in Indiana, I hated Indiana sports. Like, I liked watching the Pacers. I'd watch the Colts, but it was more like a hate watch. Because I had friends that were obsessed. I was like, fuck them. And then when I joined the military, I was like, I found myself wanting to watch I was still watching those games, but I was enjoying them. And
found your pride in them.
Yeah, because I really wasn't a football guy at all. Like, I didn't even understand the game that much. Like, it sounds crazy, but I liked playing it with my friends. But understanding schemes and understanding like the different like a 3-4 or 4-3 defense and like different things like that, and understanding like I'd never played Madden, just NFL Blitz, the good shit,
You're not missing much.
Yeah, but then I got into the game that way, and then the year I joined the military, I was literally stuck in boot camp when the Colts beat the Bears to win the Super Bowl. So I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I was around. I was around getting my hopes up.
Yeah, it was probably rough, wasn't it? Especially to start the game.
I mean, I knew at the end of the day, I was like, Rex Grossman's not going to beat Peyton in a full game. So yeah.
Yeah, and then I was actually in Guantanamo, and there was a huge Cowboys fan when I was down there, and we used to talk shit to each other and that was the year that the Saints and the Colts were like neck and neck. Who's undefeated? They're both undefeated. Who's going to remain? And then the Colts didn't lose until the end, and then the Saints ended up losing before. So we were like, yeah, we're the best. Then we play them in the Super Bowl and lose. So
I was upset about that. But when you kick an onside kick to start the second half and then you get it, you deserve it, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, kicking was always the thing that got us with Devin Hester. Running one back in the first Super Bowl we played, and then the second one an onside kick off of fucking Hank Baskett. Fucking Kendra Wilkinson's husband.
Oh yeah.
You guys remember that?
He was not ready for that. Even him was just like, all right, regular kickoff, and he was like, oh shit.
Yeah. He played on Philadelphia before that with McNabb, and I just remember being like, man, that guy, and then nothing. Horrible.
But then Peyton also threw that. That was a bad pick.
Oh yeah. Well, that was towards the end. It was basically over at that Malcolm.
Were they down by like 8? Right. It's just 8.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was like the 2-minute drive.
A lot of alcohol abuse happens.
Oh yeah, it definitely was the end of the game. It's hard being a sports fan. We're all sports fans here in different ways. He's sports entertainment more than anything. But I'm just kidding with the wrestling thing. He loves the wrestling thing. But I know as far as you got the San Jose Sharks on right now.
I don't know. I wore it because my clown suit was in the dry cleaning still. So
you figured you'd wear the good one. Wear the fucking 49ers today.
I thought about it, but I really just wanted to wear my misery because we're 2 weeks into the season and haven't scored a single win yet. So
yeah, you're welcome for that because I got into hockey when I was in California, because nobody here gives a shit about hockey.
Not at all.
And now it's my favorite sport.
Yeah.
And I was able to get him into it. And
I mean, there was
awesome.
pictures of me. Like I said, I'm originally from the Bay Area, so I latched on to like the teams my grandparents and my mom and dad kind of liked and stuff. And there's like pictures of me in Sharks gear as a kid.
Yeah.
So I was like, who was like, hey man, start watching hockey. So I guess I'll just pick the Sharks back up. Apparently, as a fan at one point, when I was shitting in diapers. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's a decision I'm enjoying right now.
Yeah,
But
I bet it's
dude,
rough.
hockey's awesome. Go to a game, even if it's an Indy Field game or anything. Hockey.
I went
is-
to one.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You were one of the fan zone guys, right? You did
for the Pacers.
The Darth
yeah,
Pacer.
yeah, the Pacers. I had season tickets back during the Eastern Conference Finals runs, and what was that, 2012, 13,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
around that.
It was the Paul George era. And yeah, had season tickets. I had this whole Darth Vader suit, and my jersey said Darth Pacer. And yeah,
I remember.
it was pretty fun. It was a good time.
I remember that's back when you liked Twitter because there was a lot of Twitter stuff on there.
Yeah,
You
I had
put
a pretty
out there.
big following too. Yeah, and I just kind of I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to be known as just a Pacer fan. Like, I want to be able to say.
There's a lot of
other-
people that leaned into that. You could have done a whole fucking page.
Yeah, I could have. Looking back, I should have now, since I'm trying to get into like sports media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to be like, sometimes I just want to talk about pizza or boobs and not have to break down the fast break offense against the LA Clippers defense. Like, you know.
Pizza and boobs.
It's deep.
Is that what your guys' show's going to be called? Pizza and boobs?
No, it's still untitled at the moment, so we're working on it.
Yeah, man, I don't think we're ever going to come up with a name. But
I mean, I thought my name was pretty good, but
it's going to be a sports podcast, and like I said, we even get it off the ground, we'll probably get tired of it in 3 weeks, but look out for that.
Yeah.
I was supposed to have a couple of the guys from the OTG Sports, and then when they ended up not being able to make it. It was a nice little, but I wanted to get them on here and talk a little bit of sports because I like to goof. I like to goof about some sports.
Oh, you know what you should do? You should get Matthew Arnold and Jonathan Snow. That'd be
them
great
two,
content.
They hate each other.
best friends. Yeah.
Well, I was trying to get Matt Arnold. I think he was going to be the one that came on. I reached out to the page and was like, does anybody want to do it? Yeah. And they had a couple of guys. And at the time, I only had 3 chairs. I was just using those 3. I wasn't using the desk. And then finally, I was like, okay, I'm going to move over to the desk. We'll do 4 people. And it actually opens up a lot more conversation. I actually enjoy it. But yeah, I'm eventually going to have them on here just to talk shit. But yeah, you guys are sports guys. So it'll be fun to hear your take on different things. As long as you guys are being cool and not telling me that we should just trade Jonathan Taylor.
No, I'm not very hot takey. That's my thing.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just giving him shit because we always go back and forth.
I try not to even make Colts posts anymore because there's been times where I was about to post it and I'm like, dude, Jordan's going to be pissed.
Dude, I get so mad when people that this is my thing. It's like, and you've heard it a million times from me because like it's the thing I say all the time, which is like, if you're from here, why do you just don't hate on us? It's okay. I don't care what you like. Just don't say anything about us. And I know that's hard for a lot of people because I feel like there is like an overcompensation. And this isn't joined to you guys, but there's a lot of people that feel like they have to make negative Colts posts because they're a fan of a team and they've never lived. Like I'm a huge Packers fan, but you never even lived in Wisconsin.
I used to make a living off it, but that's because I was pissed off at him for dicking Peyton out of Indy. Yeah. And I kept that. Like, I really don't even have a problem with the Colts anymore. I don't like Irsay, but other than that, I don't have a problem with them. But
I can't stand Irsay. In fact, that's why I don't like the Colts. The day that they find Irsay, in his hotel bathroom with the $100 bill still rolled in his nose is the day I'll come back and like
Jesus.
the Colts. Sorry, I have very strong.
But he's been saving the whales, bro.
Yeah, I don't
Didn't you
give a
see
fuck
he's saving the
what
whales?
He's saving.
Tiki or whatever the fuck. He was all freaked out about that. Everybody was like,
He's
why don't
cool.
you pay Jonathan Taylor?
Out of all the owners, though, he's one of the cooler ones. He likes to party, at least.
I mean, yeah, as I say,
I like to party.
he does like to party. Hopefully, he catches up to him.
Listen, he
eventually.
doesn't party anymore. He's
He's got
does
some
music.
cool memorabilia. Yeah, he's got
Hanging
some
out with John
badass-
Mellencamp and fucking
rehabbing his nose.
hey guys, it's me, Jim Irsay. It's just he's the worst. last podcast I was trying to do an impression of something and I ended up accidentally doing Harry Carey. So I was like, oh, here we go.
Why?
Hi, what are you doing? This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's the Cowboys win the World Series. I don't know why I can't help it. Yeah, and you guys actually didn't you guys have like a huge controversy with your pitcher or something? One of your pitchers?
For who?
For the Cubs.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought there was something. I had a story.
I know
Cubs
Trevor
pitcher.
Bauer had his thing going on for the Dodgers, but
Okay, that's the dude that is it this guy? Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I don't know why I had it written down as Chicago Cubs fans shared it. So for some reason I saw the red and blue and figured, that whole story was wild.
yeah, I still, I think there was malicious intent on both sides. I think they're both just deplorable fucking humans.
Yeah.
I think, she tried to get money out of him, but I also think he does have an aggressive side. So, I don't.
It's kind of one of those, we'll call it a draw.
Yeah. It's one of those where, it's like when the news came out of old girl kind of setting him up, I'm like, oh, you're equally a piece of shit. Okay, great. Now I hate both of you.
Yeah. You still didn't have to hit her.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that like the thing? He
did hit her?
I mean, that's her legend.
Allegedly. Again, I don't know. It's a lot of forceful sexual acts, a lot of violent sexual acts, things like that.
Yeah.
That he claimed was consensual and she set him up to do. And
again,
and it's hard to trust because he put out a whole thing like her texts and shit where she was basically like next victim.
She was setting him up.
I think this is the tale of two pieces of shit. When a rock meets a rock or a hard place. You know what I mean? It's like two pieces of shit going at it. You know what I mean?
He's pitching like what? In
Taiwan or some shit.
Yeah, okay.
It's like
learn Chinese, buddy.
Yeah, you better learn Chinese, buddy. Is exactly what Manfred said to him.
Oh man.
But yeah, don't like it. But then again, he's a Dodger, so I mean, he could save puppies and kittens, and I would still be like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, but you're
a Giants fan.
Giants,
he's a Giants fan.
I was gonna say you said he had an aggressive attitude. Well, he's a Dodger, so
they're known for
Yeah, I don't appreciate you trying to say that was a Cubs.
No, I thought it was Cubs in my head, but it's Cubs fans headquarters. That's what threw me off. I thought he was a Cubs pitcher in my head.
I'm sitting here thinking, damn, Marcus Stroman beat a chick?
That's why he wasn't pitching. I thought they said it was his ankle.
Yeah. I mean, being a Cubs fan is probably pretty rough right now, too. Chicago sports is really rough right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, the Cubs collapsed. They had a playoff spot locked up. But the future, though, it's looking all right, though. Yeah. So we got that for the Cubs. The Blackhawks, they just got the guy that's supposed to be
tell me about
wing.
him. I saw he looks like a baby.
He is. He just turned 18 years old.
He's so little.
And he's already out there scoring goals.
The kid's got more HL goals than pubes.
To say than the San Jose.
It's Connor Bedard, though. They're saying, like, hey, this guy could be the next closest thing to Wayne Gretzky, which, him being 18, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably won't even be half of that, but it's just exciting because the Blackhawks have been a dumpster after winning 3 cups last decade. So
lottery pick, random.
Yeah, they may have rigged that for the Blackhawks too.
Yeah, I thought my ex was a Blackhawks fan, but she was saying Blackhawks, and I was like, oh my god, dude. And then I found out the hard way.
She always so bored watching the hockey games too, and you're just like, babe, I'm giving you the Blackhawks you want.
We're trying to bond here. She's like, no, Blackhawks. Gotcha. All right, we got about an hour and a half in. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. I appreciate you coming on and goofing.
No, I appreciate it, man.
Open invitation, obviously, to both of you guys. You ever want to come back on and goof off with us, man? This is a fun time. We talked about so much shit. There's so much history. It's hard. I know you guys, if you guys got through this whole thing, I'm telling you, we've talked about so much. There's so much history, so much random shit that we've been dealing with. I'm excited for what you guys are doing. I hope you guys do this podcast for real. I hope you guys say, fuck it, let's do it. Let me know, man. Come back on and promote it again.
Yeah, thanks guys for having me on. Like I said, when I made this page, it was just a goof page, and I gave it to you guys, and you guys have all the content in the world, and it's funny shit. And I wish you guys would get some more recognition over it because you guys are always busting your ass for this. I hope more people come on here and edit that divorce shit out.
I will.
And
now it's gonna make no sense when I.
But thanks for having me on, guys. Sorry it took so long.
No, love you, man. Appreciate it. Anyway, this has been the Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm Jordan. Dustin Halupa's in the house. Brian West and Nikki Flynn. We appreciate you guys. Kokomo Press. Woo! Hey, you just listened to the Kokomo Press Podcast. We thank you for tuning in. We hope you had a great time. If you did, go ahead and like us, subscribe to us, hit that notification bell, do all the things to help us get seen. Go find us over on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. Like us, follow us there. And if you want to really, really help us out, we now have a new thing called Facebook subscriptions. It's only $4.99 a month, and it helps us build out even more than what we have already. Helps us get more equipment, helps us put money into shows, because we give you comedy shows. We give you guys skits. We give you guys podcasts. We give you guys jokes. And if you want to be a part of a group of people that actually get to talk to us and tell us your input first and get to directly speak to us and maybe even, help us write some of these jokes, you can be a part of the group. Join that subscriber base. It's only $4.99 a month, and it's not a lot, but it helps us out tremendously. And it's going to give you an opportunity to maybe win some merch here and there. We're going to do a lot of fun things with our subscribers. So please check us out everywhere you can. And if you want to, subscribe to our page. Thanks for listening to this podcast. We love you. Thank you. 2 kisses.